Well, welcome back everyone. How long has it been? I don't know, 12 months maybe? Too long. Absolutely too long. So much has changed, as you can probably see in front of me. We'll get into that in a minute when we go for a ride. We'll chat about life in general and what's changed and what's going on. But I want to introduce one of the new members of the fleet, the GSX-8T, which I can't stop talking about, to be honest with you. It's such a good bike. Sadly, for all that are curious, that means the beloved SV had to go in lieu of this. But all good things come to an end. I did say I was not going to sell that bike, funny enough, didn't I? But this thing is really, really, really good. It's kind of like everything the SV should be, if I'm being fair. And I love the SV, and it's hard to replace that V-twin motor, but this thing comes damn close to it. In fact, may even surpass it. Once you take one for a ride, you'll understand what I mean. Amazing. Well, let's get into it. So what are we looking at? 2025 GSX-8T. This is the candy burnt gold color, which is the only color we get in Australia. I like it. It suits the era of the bike. Obviously, this look was actually going after, when I read the reviews and other literature online about it, when they designed it, it was a takeoff of the Suzuki T500, the old two-strokes. So the designers were going for that sort of shape, the sculpted tank, and supposedly like this part here was meant to sort of mimic the oil tank which sits in the middle there on a T500. So, and that was supposed to look like the cap that's on it. So, I mean, it's a retro, but it's a modern retro, and I can see where they're getting the design cues from. And, you know, I know it's getting a lot of flack about it. It's nothing like a retro. Yeah, okay, but it's still got a round headlight. It's still got a cool color. It still sounds cool. It still looks cool. I like it. It's more retro than it is an MT-09, let's be honest. So I love the thing. You'll hear me say this quite a bit. I'm not going to go through stats and brake sizes and rim sizes and tires and all of that stuff, because that's all available online. Suzuki's website has all of that stuff. You can look at all that all you want. I'm just going to go over what I have done to the bike, my experiences with it so far, how it differs from the SV, and basically, you know, my own personal experience with the bike. I mean, first of all, like, the comfort on it is far surpassing an SV. This tuck and roll seat, incredibly comfortable. And then you've got the peg height on this bike is just at that angle where, like, to be fair, it almost feels like V-Strom kind of knee triangle. It's crazy. Like, you can ride this all day and not get sort of sore knees or sore butt even. Like, as long as you're getting off every sort of hour and a half like normal, like, you can come home fresh as a daisy on this thing. I've done a couple of 5-hour rides, I think, and come home absolutely feeling great. So far, can't speak highly enough. So in terms of mods, what you're seeing here, pretty well, let's go through it actually in detail, what I'm looking at. So what I've fitted here is standard R&G paddock stand bobbins. Then I've gone for the EvoTech rear peg delete, which picks up basically the bracket to pick up the rear brake reservoir there, as you can see it, which tidies it right up. Coming round, I've got the pillion seat cover, which is Suzuki genuine. I like the look of it. It just adds a lot of shape to the back of the bike too. Working around the back, EvoTech fender eliminator, which I went for the red tail light, which I like a lot. Kind of when I chose it, it blends with the kill switch. If you can see that, I kind of went that. Is that all clear? I went with the red. I think I made the right choice, to be honest. Bar end mirrors standard, and they are good bar end mirrors. Like, it's rare to say bar end mirrors are usually just shit off eBay or vibrate or cause all these grief vision problems and vibrate loose, and these are just factory Japanese built quality. They don't vibrate. You got better vision than your Mickey Mouse mirrors. It's incredible. What else have I done? I've gone my standard fork protectors at the front, which I always do. R&G radiator guard. I've done the genuine screen, the fly screen, which just adds a bit of, I don't think it really does much with the airflow side of things, but just adds a little bit of coverage for that pretty ordinary looking back of the TFT. Doesn't look great to me. So I've done that. The biggest change I've made, and I can't find anyone online with any decent mods done on one of these yet, is I've fitted the Heath and Murata slip-on exhaust, which you'll see down here, and this has changed the whole bike, to be honest. This has made this bike, this is what made me fall in love with this bike. Now this is a slip-on pipe because what it is you make a cut at the cat, so there's still a cat in there, but you make a cut and it takes the bread box off, and then this slides on and clamps up. So basically you've still got a cat in there where the sensor is, in that section, and this just voids all requirements for getting a remap, because the sensor range, apparently the range of the sensor will adjust the fueling with that amount of cat cut off. This is what we've been told. This has been dyno tested. This guy was American made pipe and quality system. I really love it. It looks good. It flows well with the bike. Gets rid of that the hideous bread box, but it drops something like 4.5 kilos of weight as well. But the sound of it is something else. I'll give it a fire up soon and let you have a listen. But yeah, this is just another level of modern technology compared to the SV. It just rides spectacularly. What else can we show you here? So I've got my phone mount, my standard stuff, and my tank bag, which would normally clip in there. Supposedly these tanks are handmade as well. So the finish on these bikes, I know they're getting copping a lot of shit about the price and this and that, but if you compare this to the 8S and the 8R, the finish and detail of this is far surpass those bikes. Like the paint work on this tank with it's got raised badging, it is beautiful. So yeah, these are handmade. Another thing I noticed last night too, and this is my my OCD detail that I've got, is even the ignition barrel, you see where it says ignition there, that's actually done in an old school font, and that's different to the 8S and the 8R, so it's made to look retro where the key is as well. TFT screen, which is the standard sort of Suzuki. I dropped you. We're back. The TFT screen is really nice on this. It's the same as my GSX-1000. The V-Strom's even the same. And what else is the same that I've had? I think that's it. But quite a standard screen you see on Suzuki's these days. Really clear, really easy to read. Really far up for you if you can see it through the glare. Pretty neutral. I'll give you a little start up of it because it's epic. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell really. In terms of, like I said, the specs and stuff, jump online and have a look at that, but it's nothing like the SV. It's so much further developed it's everything that it should have been, to be honest. The forks, the plush ride, it's such a smooth bike, and this motor is excellent. So I'm going to jump on. I have to mic everything back up and put this back on my chest. I'll have a bit of a chat. We'll give you a bit of an update on where we're at with life and what's changed and where I've been and what we're doing. Catch you soon.
Okay, I hope you can hear me. Epically failed the first time, so I've really got to get this microphone setup sorted out, because I bought a wireless setup off eBay, and then they didn't include one of the cables, which has been a real dick around. They're sending me one out now, so hopefully that will get rid of this cabled exercise, which is just a nightmare. Anyway, let's see how we go. Let's start her up, we'll go for a little ride, give you a listen to it, have a chat about it, what I love, what I don't love, which is not much, but some weather closing in there up here, so I'm a little bit concerned whether we should keep pushing down towards the south or we should turn north and just try and jump out of that. I was going to keep riding and head to the gym, but I've got my backpack on the back for a change of clothes, but I don't know about this. We might head north, have a chat, get that part done, and I might have to take the car. So the biggest change with this one compared to the SV is just how smooth it is. The V-twin is a great engine. Like, one may argue that it is still a better motor than the parallel twin. It's a different character, of course, but Suzuki have nailed this engine. It's in a lot of their bikes now. You've got the 8S, the 8R, this one, the 8TT, and then you've got the V-Strom 800 as well. So it's powering adventure bikes as well as roadsters, as well as middleweight sport bikes. It's just a versatile motor. It's really good. It makes great torque. You can be in a low gear like this and you just got, it'll pull out of the hole in any gear, a bit like the V-twin, but this has got that more instant shove. It's more down low in the revs where this thing builds its power. The V-twin a little bit more up the rev range, but obviously being this parallel, they wheeze out a little bit at the top, so this is kind of all she wrote at about 8,000 RPM. It's done, so you may as well grab the next gear because it's not going any further. It's not going to thrust you any more forward, so it's a different way you ride it. But the gearbox, everything on this bike is just beautiful. Just the comfort alone, like, I can't really show you too well, but my rider's triangle is literally like I'm sitting on a V-Strom 650. It's crazy open with your legs, that if you're of age and you're looking for something to come back that's still fun, it's a lightweight, it's a middleweight, and it's comfortable on your legs, and you get your leg over it, even the seat height's low, this is the bike. I rode an MT-09 the other week. I don't want to rag on that stuff. I'm going to go on about bikes because we can have arguments about that all day, and I was not impressed by it at all. Just the lack of feel and the lack of comfort compared to this. Suzuki just always seem to get comfort, gearboxes, clutches and engines right almost every time. Suspension is really good. It's not adjustable. I think it's KYB in it. I think they do have a deal with KYB in most of their bikes now, except the Jigsaw and a few other models, but it might be not adjustable. But the way they've set this up, it's like it caters for an 80 kilo person, a 60 kilo person, so it feels like it's right in the middle of perfect, in that sweet spot, so it caters for all, so you don't have to go worrying about, you know, suspension, everything like that. It handles really good. It's everything that, like I said, the SV, just those parts that the SV like your brakes and your front forks, this is what makes up for it. The comfort in the SV is what killed me. That's what was actually the deal breaker in the end for me. When I took this one for a ride, this is what sold it for me. It's just the sheer comfort of this one, just amazing. And the SV, you go out on a 5-hour day and you'd just be absolutely broken from it. It was too much. And there was one day I went out there, I went sort of mid New South Wales from my place. It was a big day. I think we cracked around sort of 6.5, 7 hours in the day, and I came back, and I don't quite know I ever rode the SV after that. I think this came out and I just took the demo for a ride and I was done, I was sold. But yeah, this having the quick shift and everything like that, I'll pull up now. So it's got the blip bar, so it's clutchless. So we're in second now, we'll give a bit of a pull. And I can show you the quick shift as well, this works so well. Goes really, really well. I mean, honestly, I think it would show the SV a new pair of heels. I don't think the SV would stand a chance in a straight line. I mean, it does make more power. I think it's 82 horsepower. The SV's around the 75. So I mean, statistics shows it would. But it's the other parts of this bike that I really like. It's the comfort, it's the handling, the brakes. Just the overall feel of it, it's beautiful to ride. And also take one for a burn. If you got a Suzuki dealer near you with a demo, I challenge you, go and take one. A lot of people fell in love with the TT, and I get why with the bikini fairing and everything like that, but I was actually drawn to the single headlight, as you know why, because of, I'm not going to keep saying SV because I've probably said it 100,000 times by now, but that bike, that's the look I like, the roadster single headlight, old school kind of vibe. So I was more drawn to the T. But I get it. I get why people love the TT. It's the sort of remake of the GS1000, like the old ice cream ones, the Wes Cooley AMA bike. But this one was it for me. Even the colour for me, this gold was really, really nice. Even on the highway, it's there. So let's sit on 102, 101, 4,000 RPM. About, I'm going to say about 4,200. I remember the 650, that was more about 4.5, 4.4. So it's a little bit harder on the highway. But horses for courses, so it's so close, it's not funny. So anyway. Let's talk about life for a second and where we've been, what we've been doing. Apologies for the massive break. I do apologise. I've wanted to get out for a long time and do this, and every time I think about it, either the weather's bad or something's not charged, and I just give up. So that's on me. So my apologies for just being dead quiet. But with this new microphone cable turning up and hopefully the wireless setup will work, I'm pretty keen to get out and do some more vlogging because we've had a massive change of bikes at home. I've now got a 2025 GSX-1000R. I've still got the GSX-1000, the 2025. I've obviously got the 8T. And I've just recently purchased a V-Strom 1050DE, which I'm hugely excited about. And that was in lieu of my DR Z400. Totally not the same bike, I get it, and I went for something, for me it was just time to bite the bullet and I guess accept the fact that I do less single trail riding and I do more adventure stuff where I want to, do 5, 7, 8 hour days between country towns and then if I hit an unsealed road I can deal with that on the V-Strom. Obviously I'm not going to be going and chasing fire trails and too crazier stuff because it's a heavy bike, but what I do love is just how tractable it is. When I went for a test ride, it's just the cruise control, the heated grips, the wind protection. I just wanted to get something that I can actually do some touring on and do like 3 or 4 days, or ride down to MotoGP or Phillip Island or the Bend or wherever we go, wherever we're going to be at the next track. It just opens a whole new world, and every bike that I had sort of always kept me around the coast or 3 to 4 hours from home, and it was just time to kind of get something, even though I'm not in love with adventure bikes, but what I am in love with is what you can do on them. So that was, for me, that was the big key. And Suzuki just did a crazy price drop in some of their models, and the V-Strom 1050 went from 23 or 24,000 to 19,990, and I was like, that's too good to pass up. That's a lot of bike for the money, you know. They come with a center stand, they come with crash guards on the side, there's obviously your cruise control, it's got enough room for a passenger. Like the Pillion Comfort on a V-Strom 1050 is probably one of the best bikes you can passenger on. So that as well just opens a new world of just touring and having fun. Obviously I still have these, I still have my roadsters, my backyard bikes and back streets and cruising around the little country roads like this is still something I really love doing. But it was just time to kind of be fair and say the DRZ was sitting there, and I'd done, you know, let's call it 3 or 4 decent trips on it. And every time you get sort of deep into the bush, you think to yourself, well, if I come off here, I'm in some serious trouble. Like, I have no one around to help, especially when I'm, you know, doing this during work hours when most people are behind the desk. I do it on my weeks off, so I had to sort of work out what kind of riding I want to do, and then the 1050 was the no-brainer for me. And I don't know, you know, if you've worked this one out, but I'm a Suzuki fanboy. Probably number 1 Suzuki fan in Australia. I'm going to make that claim. No, I'm probably not, but it's I love them. I love their engineering of them. I love that they are just so, I guess they're timeless, but everything in them is always tried and tested. Like that, the 1050 motor, I got told the other day it was the TL 1000 motor from 1997. I mean, fucking hell, like, Suzuki, come on. Next time we're pulling out a flip-flap watch, you know, like, they love living in the past, but you know what, it works for them, and it works for the people that love them too, because that's what we want. We want to get on a machine. We know it's going to get us there. We know there's a dealer in the next country town. We know it's not going to let us down for a start. I mean, the guy that sits in Japan in the Suzuki warranty section, he's getting a salary for doing nothing, that guy. He must be sitting by the phone just thinking, what do we have to do to make this thing ring? Someone will probably ring up one day for a brake lever for an 82 Katana because it finally corroded away or something like that. It's ridiculous. It's just, the reliability of their stuff is just crazy, you know. Every manufacturer has made a dud, let's call it. It's like Honda are going through their woes at the moment with the Hornet and that motor, like burning oil. And Kawasaki had their woes with the ZX6 last year, and they were munching cranks and all sorts of things. And here's Suzuki just sitting there with their vintage wines, just going, we don't have that sort of drama because we just live in the past. That's just why I love them. And then when they do bring out something like this, you just know that they've already done the work on it. Like, I've got no issues in saying that this motor will have the longevity of the SV, the V-twin motor, because you know that they would have done the work, you know that they've done the R&D, you know they've probably spent 3 or 4 years on a test track before they even put it in the showroom. So you so much confidence in the brand, and that's why I choose them. And I just think they always make a comfortable, smooth, easy to ride motorcycle. All of their bikes always jump on them, you feel at home pretty much straight away. It's like a Sunday roast. So yeah, other than that, there's been, with myself, there's been a change in jobs. So now I do an even time roster, which is great. I do a 1 week on, 1 week off, which works a lot better. I was doing an imbalanced sort of 2 and 1 roster for a little bit there, and that just sort of corrodes at you, and you just get further and further behind in life, and you miss out on doing more of this stuff and less of the things you really love. So it's been a really, really refreshing change. A lot of transiting, a lot of flying, but all for the benefit of having more time off to do this stuff more regularly. So yeah, I got the GSXR, the 1050, getting back to my lineup, and I've also made a change with the track, and I've picked up a current model Husqvarna FS450 Supermoto. So I've started to do Supermoto events, which has been a lot of fun. A massive learning curve, but more than half the cost of running the R6 at the international national racetracks. You know, the entry fees are cheaper, it's not as hard on tyres, and you just get to sort of challenge yourself on go-kart tracks with your skills, learning different ways to ride a Supermoto, whether you ride, you know, foot out like a motocross rider or you ride knee down like a road rider. It's been a lot of fun trying to finesse that, and it's just so much more cost effective, which is kind of what I was going for. And I thought to myself, well, at some point I'll give away the 600, you know, I'll give that sort of riding away. You know, it starts getting a bit pretty fast, and if you have an off like I did a year and a half ago now, it's costly. There's time off work, there's a lot of money to rebuild them. So the Supermoto, you know, you're in first, second, third gear on a go-kart track, so the chances of having a major crash are very small. You'll have the odd drop, and they crash really well. They've got so much protection on them that they're kind of designed to kind of crash and pick back up and keep going. So that's the beauty of them. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I've just got back into my flying as well, so that's exciting. I've had a 5-year hiatus, what's with me and brakes with things, eh? There's a common occurrence going on there. Just pull it out of the hole, there's a bit of fun through here. Oh, that's good. That's so good. Get into it. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. It's a little favourite back road down to the quarry here. I like this one. But yeah, it's great. The Supermoto's been great. I've got a lot of events to get onto with that. They actually haven't been lining up with my schedule, unfortunately, but I believe in the next sort of 4 to 5 weeks we've got 2 events lining up with my brake, so I'll be picking those up, weather pending of course. So I'll definitely put the camera on for that and give you a little taste of the Supermoto life. You know, don't blame me, I'll probably be slow, I'm trying to get used to it, but I've also got an event with the R6 coming up on the next break, so what I was going to do is a full track day vlog, so from go to row, show you what it's like to, you know, from turning up, scrutineering, all of the things, and then actually doing the events, and just give you a bit of an idea of how a track day rolls if you haven't done one, and just, you know, a general overview if you're interested in taking your road bike out there to do it. I'll let this go past. I'm just too busy. Sorry mate, I'm just talking to the world, don't worry about me, you know. Farmer Joe. Yeah, it's it'd be cool, like it'd be cool to have for myself, just to, you know, a day in the life of doing the track stuff. And we've got plenty of still photos and a couple of onboard videos of some shakedown laps for QR, but nothing that sort of encapsulates what a track day looks like, you know, from the rider's seat, and just how the day pans out, obviously too, and how exhausted you are at the end of them. You'll get to see that as well, because they wear you out. So I had this little idea before I pack her up and get home. I had a spare battery in my bag, so I thought, why not put the battery on and hook the camera up onto the tripod, and we'll do a couple of little ride bys and have a listen to the exhaust, because I actually haven't heard the exhaust going without me actually being on the bike, so I'm interested to actually see how it actually sounds. So without further ado, let's sit her on the side of the road and do those cringy ride bys you see on YouTube, you know, those ones you just I'm not going to get under it or anything stupid. I just want to hear what it actually sounds like, just with a bit of load on it, and hopefully get the pops on the quick shifter as it goes through the gears. Hopefully it picks that up, because you can hear them on the bike, but keen to see what it sounds like. So let's get into it.
I was, I hate doing that. I actually feel like one of those tossers on YouTube now, that one of those actual invalids that goes around doing ride bikes. But anyway, I was wanted to hear what my bike actually sounded like, so hopefully that ticks the box. We're not doing that again. Well, that just about wraps it up for us, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed the content. It's good to be back. They will get better. The audio will get better, I promise. I keep saying that, but I promise it will get better on the next one. It was definitely a step forward from what I can see already. So it's just good to be back riding, enjoying life and doing these sorts of things and just sharing my experiences and my ownership thoughts on this bike, on other bikes as well. And I'm going to keep the content coming. I've got obviously my other Suzuki's at home we can go for rides on, plus dealer demos, and there's plenty going on. We've got the track stuff as well coming up, so there's plenty of good stuff to record and put on the channel. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I've had a ball of a time on this thing. It really does make you smile, this one. And I'm just going to go home and enjoy the last little glimpse of this sunset because it's gorgeous. Empty roads, sunset, dreaming. Anyway, guys, take care. Chat to you on the next one. Peace.